Sans selfishness. That's what we have to remember first. Sans selfishness and fear. So, sans selfishness and fear means without selfishness and without fear, march towards the light of your goal. If it is sacred, you are eternally blessed. If it is secular, temporarily blessed. Isn't it? Eventually, you will come for that. Isn't it? So, whether the goal be sacred or secular, immaterial. But sans selfishness and sans fear, march towards the light of your goal. Then, your success shall follow you like your shadow. This teaching is so great. So, Arjuna asks why people don't follow this teaching. Those who follow faithfully, their existing vasanas get exhausted, no new vasanas get accumulated, thereby the pressure of vasanas reduce on the attention of the emendai. Therefore, the potential attention of the emendai is available for contemplation meditation, and through contemplation meditation, they discover their true identity. That's the secret. Gurudev used to say, this is the 108th time I'm telling you. Because he used to repeat it so many times. That's how it is ingrained in our mind. So why people don't follow this teaching? So Krishna says, Sadrisham Jeshate Swasya Prakrute Jnanavan. Even the learned people, educated illiterates they are called. It's a paradox. So even the learned people also, they follow their nature. Not the knowledge they got vicariously. Yeah. So, how to override the nature? How? In the tea and all we do very efficiently. So when we all got this knowledge, sans fear, sans selfishness and fear, march towards the light of your goal. Fear means? Feverish excitement, anxieties, regrets. March towards the light of your goal. You also got it. You mean to say you are going to practice it? If I think you are going to practice, I must be I would not have served 28 years. I'll be disappointed, dejected, depressed. Luckily, I know this Sadrusham Chestate Swasya. If not, every teacher will be Munda, Padi, yeah, how much they will tell parents and all, how they criticize their children for not following. So, Sadrusham. So, if you want to override your nature, you should make the knowledge that you got. What do you have to do with that? Make that knowledge flow through your perceptions, feelings and thoughts. Thereby it can flow through your performances as well. That is called churning. It should flow through before you perceive with this knowledge. When you're thinking of the divine, what will be your perceptions? Devilish? Impossible. As you think, so you perceive, or feel, or think. So, but to override the nature or erase the nature and update with your new knowledge, what do you have to do? Reflection. Isn't it? The reflection must be done. Alarm. But all are al. Al means? Only not even attentive listening. Ayyo listening. Ayyo, I have to listen. South Indian. Ayyo, listen. I have to listen. That's all. We stop at al. All are al. Not Alan, al. Then you have to become AR, reflect, and see that you perceive with this knowledge, feel with this knowledge, think with this knowledge. Then your nature changes. So, when Krishna, this is how Krishna gives the teaching. Then Krishna says, But how to override this nature very easily? It should be slow and steady, because evolution is slow. Revolution is overnight. So how to slow and steady? It's called slow and steady. In nature, everything is slow and steady. Not just slow, slow and steady. The flower blossoming. Have you seen flower blossoming? Have you seen? Who has seen? In the movie only they show like that, like that. Not really, you cannot see the flower blossoming. No, Swamiji, I will video it and then see. Because I will not sit and watch. I'll just put a video there and then watch the video. Video also you have to watch like watching flower. Unless you fast forward. What they call that? Time. Time. Those all things you know. Anyway, so evolution is slow. So this is not a revolution, it's an evolution. Because from age-old vasanas, what all vasanas are there, we don't know. Therefore, slow and steady. So what he says, start driving your ragadvesha. Do not come under the sway of your ragadvesha. Because they are the looters of your knowledge. They loot, they plunder your knowledge. It is with your knowledge you face the challenges of life. When your knowledge is plundered, then what? You are you because of your memory of your knowledge. Mine is the memory. I come here and I lost the memory of Gita. What will happen? You will still enjoy. My case, what will be my case? Isn't it? You go to examination, so after moment you see the question paper is full, but your mind is blank. Isn't it? So dangerous. So, with your knowledge only you can face. So this knowledge, the ragadvesha can loot. So drive your ragadvesha proper. Tayoho vasham na agachet. Don't come under the sway of ragadvesha. Because ragadvesha is inbuilt in the senses, mind and intellect. Since it's inbuilt, you can do nothing about it. You can't say, I don't want ragadvesha. It will be there. But you drive, you steer through your ragadvesha. Ragadvesha viyuktaistu vishayan indriyais charan. Remember an example? What example I gave? What example you gave, Swamiji? Do you remember, Swamiji? You should be like a father and mother in... see, Toys R Us. Like father and mother with the child. With the child, like father and mother, you are going. Look at the child and look at you. You also enjoy the Toys R Us. But the child, I want that, I want that, I want that. So without ragadvesha, work in your... But how to work without ragadvesha? Work in your theatre of activity, your own duty, swadharma. The dharma is the divine life. Swadharma is the vasanas with which you are born. So, engage in your swadharma, your own duty. If you are a student, based upon I is my duty. If you are engaged in your duty, you can easily control your likes and dislikes. So how to know what is my duty? If you are student, I am a student, then student's duty. I am a teacher, teacher's duty. I am a doctor, doctor's duty. I am a lawyer, lawyer's duty. So based upon I, my duty comes. Yesterday I gave the example. The man said, I came to do my job. I said, who are you? And he said, I am a plumberoo. So moment I know, oh, he's a plumber. Once he says, once you know I'm a plumber, then plumbing. See, I, my duty. Based on I is my responsibilities. If I am a parent, parental responsibilities. If I'm a spouse, if I'm a professional, professional responsibilities. Thus, fulfill your responsibilities. We know our responsibilities. O Lord, give us the ability and courage to fulfill them. Every Sunday, Saturday we are taking. So only in Chinmay Somanath, the tube. The ego tail doesn't. Once you go out of Chinmay Somanath, ting! What to do? Because sadrisham cheshtate. Swasya prakrutir jnanavanapi. Learned people. Or so many PhDs. So many doctors. So many engineers. So many lawyers. Sadrisham cheshtate. The tail goes back. So the tube does not help. So I have to change my override by nature by churning the knowledge I have received. Now Arjuna, his lingering doubt, he could not ask anyone. Now he asked Krishna. Because he found Krishna in the right place where nobody can detect. So everybody has this doubt, but they are embarrassed to ask. So atakena prayuktoyam papam charati purusha. 36. Srinidhi, 36. So he asks, what compels a person to commit sin? What force propels? That too he says, anichannapi. I don't like doing it. But yet, something forces me to commit sin. This word sin is so... People are so scared of the word sin itself without even analyzing what is sin. What is sin? It's very bad sounding. But what is sin? Sin means where an action committed by my own organs of action, my mind, intellect, and after committing the action, my own intellect insults me. If somebody insults me from outside and is a small guy insulting me, what will I do? Kick him. Isn't it? How dare a small guy insult? Kick him. Because I can kick, because he is small. So a huge guy insults. What do? Huh? Run away. Isn't it? And if you look, be they may kick also. He may kick. So run away at least. So I can kick or run away. But if my own intellect criticizes me, where can I run? Isn't it? I have to be with I can't, okay, you take my intellect today. मेरा दिमाग मत खाओ जैसे ना मेरा बेजा ले ले No, it cannot. Even the other person, okay, Swamiji, give me, I will take it. One child comes and says, give me intellect. You know that healthy body and all, happy body, your mind, give me intellect for my special request. What all they think when the prasad time, a lot of jokes happen during prasad time. Because I hear, because pure knowledge, because each one is embodiment of knowledge. What they listen through BMI, they throw up. So sin is nothing but self-insulting actions. Because to enumerate all the sins, even telephone books from 1989 till today, it will not be enough. New sins are possible. So, self-insulting action. Where my own intellect, because I have gathered some values of life. With that values, when I look, I say, why did you do it? That's called sin. Your own intellect is criticizing you. So, propelled by what? One is compelled to commit sin. So, Krishna doesn't, because he knows Arjuna very well. He's a warrior. He's not afraid of anything. He can't say, oh, there's a Rakshasa. There's a Satan. There's a Shaitan. Shaitan, who says? Huh? Shaitan? Islam, I think. Shaitan. Mara. Buddhism. Every religion has it. If Krishna had told Arjuna, oh, there is a Mara, there is a Shaitan, there is a Rakshasa, give me the name, give me the address. Give me the address. I'll go and, for everybody's sake, I'll go and destroy that Rakshasa and come. So Krishna cannot give he has to give the facts of life. So Krishna says, Kamayesha Krodayesha. That which propels you, that which makes you commit against your values, your knowledge. That's called Kama, desire. AKA, also known as Krodha. Because Kama and Krodha, desire and anger, are two sides of the same coin. Obverse and the reverse. Don't ask me, Swamiji, which is head and which is tail. It's no head and tail. It's two sides of the coin. So when you have a desire, and if your desire is obstructed, the intensity of the desire determines the anger, the range of anger, the degree of anger. So kamayesha, krodayesha. This is the one that pushes you to do against your will also. Because there is you may say, I did not want to do it, but still I did it. How is it possible? There is a deep desire. You did not know. There is a deep, you are deriving some pleasure in it. So therefore, you did it. You may say, I did not want to do it, but I did it. But there is a deep down desire. So it is Mahashana. And how is it born? Rajoguna samudbhava. Rajoguna means when the mind is in thought agitation. If the mind is quiet, alert, vigilant, then this cannot arise. Rajoguna samudbhava, which is an agitation. Whenever your thoughts are disturbed, you are in agitation mood, at that time all these can happen. Quiet mind, a peaceful mind, a mind which is serene. Such a mind cannot be cheated by kama krodha. So it is Mahashana, a great eater, a great glutton is this desire and anger. Mahapapma, it will make you commit anything you don't know. You yourself will be surprised. Did I do that? You yourself, Mahapapma. Vidyenam iha vairinam. Krishna uses deliberately the word vairinam because Arjuna is allergic to the word vairi, enemy. Moment is the enemy, he is allergic to it. They want to destroy it. So vidyenam iha, this kama krodha is the enemy. So beware. Then he says, how this desire, alias anger, how does it veil? How does it cover? Dhumena avriyate vannihi yatha. Yatha dhumena avriyate vahni. Vahni means fire. Just as fire is covered by smoke. One example. Then yatha adarshaha malenacha. Just as a mirror is covered by dust. And then yatha ulbena avruto garbhaha. Just as the fetus is covered by the womb. 3 examples. Why 3 examples given? Swamiji, South Indians have many examples. Krishna is not South Indian, no? Krishna is Southi. What is Krishna? Gujarati, Swamiji. Gujarati is there. Krishna is Gujarati. See? So, why 3 examples? Krishna is very particular. Why 3? Because each one refers the moods. Sattvic covering, Rajasic covering, Tamasic covering. So the fire covered by the smoke is that smoke also adds beauty to the fire. Your sattvic desires add beauty to your personality. Yeah. So if at all you want to entertain, you can entertain what? Sattvic desires. Swamiji, what are sattvic desires? I can give 1 or 2. So when the yajna is over, when you get the thought, Guru Dakshina, I should give more and all, that is a sattvic desire. No, if you want to follow, it's fine. If you don't want, what can I do? I can only tell you, ask, what is sattvic desire? What is the sattvic desire? And also all the capital projects and all, your Swamiji, I am there. That is sattvic desire. So this fire covered by smoke indicates the sattva. It can be you just fan it a little. Even you can blow. You don't even need the udangol. What is udangol? I don't know what you call it. They used to know blow, blow, blow. What is it called? Gujarati mein kya hai wo? Blow pipe, something. Blow pipe. So you blow, it can go away. So sattvic desires will not disturb you at the seat of meditation. That's why you can entertain sattvic desires. If not, when you sit at the seat of meditation, you can't meditate. Because those desires will be constantly nagging you, will not allow you to focus on your goal. Then the next example, Yatha darsho malenacha, just as the dust covers the mirror. Mirror is covered by the dust. When you go for out of town, and then come back, you see dust. So what you have to do? Just by blowing, can you remove it? It may stick because when you blow, you shower also. Your blowing is like that. So there it becomes more, it sticks to it. So you have to take a cloth and wipe. First you have to wipe only one direction. If you wipe and then again bring, again it will come back. Everything, all the dust will come. Not only wipe one direction, then again another direction, then anti-clockwise, then clockwise. Some effort is needed to get rid of the dirt. Second example. Some effort. Not just blow. You have to put forth effort. Rajasic desire. Tamasic desire. Ayya. Yatha ulbena avrato garbha. The fetus covered by the womb. Here, not only effort, but also it takes time. You have to do a lot of penance. So, for the child to be born, how long it takes? 9 months minimum. 9 months, 9 days. However, faithful your wife is, very devoted wife. So you ask your wife, you are so, whatever I say you are ready to do, isn't it always? I just want you, can you just show me the baby? Not even just 4 months. I just want to see, boy or girl. Then you take it back. However faithful or loving your wife, she says, I can't. She cannot. Impossible. You have to wait. And not just wait, you have to serve. Because after 3-4 months, she starts screaming. You start, oh, baby has come. No, cramps. So what do? That's the time, start massaging the feet. Narayana looks up and says, Lakshmi, look. Ulta ho raha hai wahan pe. You are massaging my feet and he is, that local Narayana. Local Narayana is massaging Lakshmi. What to do? You have to do it because he is the first child. My son is coming. For your son's sake, you are ready to do everything. So you not only effort, but also time. The lot of penance. If it is a tamasic desire, it needs lot of tapas and also time. So that's 3 examples are given. Tatha tena idam avratam. Idam avratam means, that's the 39 verse shows, avratam jnanametena. Your knowledge is covered by this kama krodha. And it is a nitya vairi. For whom? Jnaninaha nitya vairina. Jnaninaha here means a person of discretion. One who can see the right and wrong very quickly, he can see. Because the mind intellect has become very subtle. It can immediately detect. Because imagine you are watching a movie and alone you are watching and the door is open. Afternoon show. If all the doors are open and you want to watch a movie, how it will be? The light coming in. With the light coming in, you can't enjoy a movie. So to a Viveki Purusha, he knows that a knowledge has entered in. And then what he's indulging in, he can neither enjoy this nor go out. Both. It's a Nitya Vairi. If you want to watch the movie, everything should be dark. If you want to really identify, total ignorance must be there. It's called darkness. It's a movie. How you can identify with the movie? Isn't it? If the hero identifies with the hero, the heroine identifies with the heroine, and the heroine cries there, what does the lady do here? Then how many, I saw myself. Very entertaining, because others are crying, you can enjoy that. Why? Nothing has happened to her, but identified. That heroine crying on the screen is understandable because she is paid for it. She has to cry. But you pay and then cry? There should be some limit for stupidity, isn't it? We have unlimited stupidity. Isn't it? So, this Nitya Vairi for a knowledgeable person, one who can discern right and wrong. He knows clear, before the action is performed, he knows. For him it's a Nitya Vairi, this Kama Krodha. Kama Rupena Kaunteya, this Kama Rupena is a Nitya Vairi for a learned person. And Dushpurena Analenecha, it can never be satisfied. You cannot extinguish a desire by satisfying the desire. Yesterday I said, you satisfy one, 3 more desires crop up. Not only if you entertain a desire and you want to satisfy, next you may get 3 more desires. You satisfy your spouse desire. Spouse said, I want only one dupatta. And you take for dupatta. And then there, when once reach the shop, not only dupatta, but what? Only dupatta I should wear the, what that all other set, along with the matching purse and the shoes. First it was only dupatta. Because what you said only dupatta. If I told, if I buy only, if I tell you I want to buy all those, will you come? Husband says, yeah, you're right. Therefore, how to drag you, I know. So one desire fulfilled, 23 desires start. So dushpurena analena cha. It's like anala. Anala means fire. You can never satisfy the fire by asking, and by pouring ghee. Ask the fire, enough. So more, as though it is, hands are going up. The flames flicker. If it's a conflagration, more you pour, more it flickers. Like fire, it cannot be satisfied. Even the story also, 7 jars. The 7th jar, half a full. Remember? And you want to fill it up? Impossible. So you can never extinguish desire by satisfying the desire. So dushpurenan lenacha. So last class, up to this we have seen. Then I told about the story about your house. Suddenly, all the TV missing, fridge missing. Your bed also missing. You are sleeping on it, and then you wake up and you are on the floor. Because you are Kumbhakarna type. Isn't it? So he kept you slowly down and took the bed also. Everything gone. And you, with the same dhoti, you run to the police station and you expect what? The policeman will immediately, yes sir, come, put you in the jeep and go after the thief. That's what you expect. What do? They are so relaxed. And the chai piyoge? They'll ask, do you have tea? So no, I want. He orders himself tea and slowly he starts drinking. He says, Saab, saucer mein put in saucer and drink, it'll be fast. No, you'll slowly, batao kya hua? As though he'll listen to your story. And after listening to the whole thing, then he'll take the book to write down, so you should have lot of titiksha, patience. And then after listening to the whole story, the cop looks at, hey, ye mullu ka jaisa dikhta hai. It looks like the style of mullu. Our mullu. Because they know the style, by the robbery style, they know who did it, who did what. Ye apna mullu hai. So, our mullu did this job. Okay, so what to do? So, how they can trap mullu? Mullu has 3 headquarters. He has a mistress in misery. Miserable, no doubt, misery. And mother in Michigan. And wife in Wyoming. So what they do? The police starts calling Wyoming and Michigan. Mullu aya kya? Just we want to talk to Mullu. And police is calling both the places. And then one set of people, police in mufti. What do they call mufti? Undercover cop, I think. Undercover cop. Undercover cops, they go to misery. One as a chai wala, one selling tea, one selling a mokabutta, corn and all. All in mufti, they are there waiting. And now when immediately the mother calls first, Mullu, hey Mullu, don't come here. Police are calling. Every half an hour they are calling. Aya kya, don't come here. And the wife says, here also they are calling every 15 minutes. Don't come here. Where will Mullu go? Thus, ferret him out from Wyoming and Michigan. He will go to misery. And when he enters the house, the cops inform, aa gaya, maal aa gaya. Immediately, all are backside, every side surrounded, and few cops go inside. And they knock on the door, and misery. The mistress opens. Is Mullu there? Who is Mullu? I don't know any Mullu. I live alone here. Ma'am, we know that he is here inside. Nobody is here. Maybe come inside and search. No, you can't. We have the warrant. And they get in. And then they start. The one cop goes in and searches and comes back and says to the main cop, Saab, nahi hai saab. He's not there. Says, what did you see? The main person himself goes and then looks in the bed. Under the bed, he sees the shoes standing on the tip of it. How can the shoes stand on their tip? Then he calls the cop. Oh, jute ko kincho. Pull those shoes. When he pulled the shoes, then along with that, the knees, back, shoulders, everything come out. And then, hey, Mullu, kya kar rahe hain? It is cooler under, therefore I'm under the bed. Thus, they catch the Mullu, isn't it? Like that. Next verse. What? Number 40. Indriyani mano buddhihi asyadhisthanamuchyate etair vimohayatyeshah jnanamavritya dehinam. So to this Nityavairi, for Viveki, he has 3 headquarters. Indriyani, Mano, Buddhi. 3 headquarters. Asya adhishthanam uchyate. 3 headquarters. Like? Where is, who is in misery? Who is in wife in? Wife. And mother in? See the memory. What a memory. Only one. And you say, Samji, I don't remember anything, Samji. Kachada things you can easily remember. All that is useless stuff. What a memory. What a memory. Only once I told. That's all. Only once. Isn't it? Anyway, so don't complain that you don't have memory power, no concentration. Don't complain about that. Isn't it? Now, so he has Indriya. The sense organs are the headquarters. Mind as the headquarters. Intellect as the headquarters. Etaihi vimohayatyesha. Etaihi means etaihi indriyadibihi. By these, by the sense organs, by the mind, by the intellect. Esha kama. This kama. Alias. Krodha. Kama krodha. What does it do? Jnanam avritya. Turns off your headlights. Remember, you are driving in the car, the mountainous plain. Only for 1 minute, headlights gone. In the car is in the debris, gone. Headlights he turns off. Jnanam avritya. Dehinam, the indweller, the PFT. He turns off the headlights of my headlights. He turns off. And what does he do? Vimohayati. Turning off the headlights, he deludes. And makes you do what you don't want to do. Your own desire, alias anger, covers your knowledge and then makes you compromise with your own values of life. So what to do? Next. Tasmat tvamindriyan yadau niyamya bharatarshabha papmanam prajahihyenam jnana vijnana nashanam. Tasmat. Therefore, what you should do? Tvam, you, indriyani adau niyamya. Hey Bharatarshaba. Bharatarshaba means Bharata Rishabha. You are the bull among the men. Don't say that you are not that strong. Mahabaha also uses. You are mighty armed. Now here Bharatarshaba. So you are a Bharatiya. Bharatiya means one who revels in the knowledge of the higher. Ever ready to fight against all low tendencies and false values first within, then automatically you can fight without. So, Adau means in the beginning, first step, what you should do in the very beginning. Indriyani Adau Niyam, control the sense organs. First is Dhamma, sense organs you have to control first. It is through the senses only you receive the sense stimuli to disturb the mind, and then the mind also follows. And through the organs of action, you do. So the senses first control, Dhamma. Isn't it? Like, remember example? Tortoise. Remember? Yadasam harate chayam. The tortoise has the power to withdraw. But it does out of fear, but you do out of knowledge. Sans fear, withdraw. Isn't it? So withdraw the mind's dissipation. All the 6 limbs. Tortoise has 6 limbs. 4 limbs, head and a tail. So do you also have 6? Senses 5, mind 6. So your intellect's knowledge is available, not leaked out. So you can use your headlights and drive safely. So, Indriyani Adau Niyamya Papmanam Prajahi Hyenam. This devilish, sinful entity, destroy it, kill it. Don't be, I'm a non-violent person. No. Ahimsa Paramo Dharma. Ahimsa means non-violence. Ahimsa Paramo Dharma. In the same way, Dharma Himsa Tathaivacha. Dharma Himsa also is equally same. You see all our gods, even in their group photo, they have their weapons. Isn't it? Rama, you see, bow and arrow. This is a group photo. Why you want? No. Family photo. Even the cops and all, they don't have the guns and all at the time. Here, Rama. Okay, male gods at least a few weapons, because only 2 heads. Goddess Durga, ayya. Multi arms, and every arm has a different weapon. Isn't it? So, Jahi Shatrum Mahabha, that will come later. Papmanam Prajahi Hyenam. Why should you kill? Why not just imprison? Life imprisonment. What life imprisonment? Immediately he'll escape. Which moment, which desire will topple you? Who knows? As long as you're identified with the BMI as I, any desire can catch you. If there is no identification as I am BMI, I have discovered I am that, then no problem. Desire will be your slave. Right? They'll be waiting at your feet. What should I do? What should I do? Shut up. I don't want anything now. Like that you can dictate. But if I feeling here, we may carried away by our own tendencies. Therefore, Prajahi, destroy, kill. Why should you kill? Because Jnana Vijnana Nashanam. It will destroy your Jnana and Vijnana. Jnana means knowledge. Vijnana means special knowledge. What is difference? Knowledge and special knowledge. Knowledge means all the knowledges you have gathered from others. Vicarious knowledge. 98% of our knowledge is vicarious. It is others who have, either I have listened from others or read it, Google. Google knowledge is 98%. And my personal knowledge is what? How much? 2%. 2%. Not, sometimes not even 2%. So, Jnana, Vijnana, even the 2% knowledge I have, it will loot away. It will destroy your knowledge and your wisdom. Therefore, don't be okay. If a desire surrenders, sometimes what happens is, it says, hey, you have conquered me. The desire says, you have conquered. That is the greatest danger. Then how many times your wife tells you, Oh, now you are attending Gita class, so all your desires, I think you look very, no more desires. I see you very evolved. And the husband feels very proud. Next day itself, gone, fall flat. Isn't it? So, I have conquered my desire. That thought is the greatest danger. Jnana Vijnana Nashanam. It destroys your knowledge and wisdom. Therefore, never be kind to selfish desires and anger. Alias anger. Don't be kind to it. Be kind, be good, do good, be kind to selfish desire. Never. Encounter it immediately. Encounter means? They use the police people. Encounter means kill, that's it. But how to kill? I have not got that much of power. If I am powerful, I can kill. But if I don't have the power, what should I do? So Krishna gives. See how every technique Krishna keeps giving. He starts giving. See, when you have no power by yourself, you contact the higher, whom higher you know. Imagine you were caught on the road by the cop. When you're caught on the road by the cop, what do? Suddenly you remember your sala. Arey, mera sala cop hai. My brother-in-law is a cop. And immediately you call your brother-in-law. Say, this man, the police caught me. What should I do? Give the phone to the cop, your brother-in-law says. Because he knows that if this fellow will go and tell his wife is the brother. And that too, younger brother, he knows the problem he faces with the older sister. So give the phone to the cop. And he tells the cop, this man is my own man. Just give him a strong warning and send him off. Don't give any ticket and all. Threaten him, that's all. Scare him off. And that fellow, next time if I see you, I'll be looking out, inform all cops that if you go beyond 60 in 55 zone, beyond 60, I'll catch you. Because 60 is given because sometimes you have to. 5 only I'll give you, 5 mithi. 5 mithi they give? How much mithi they give? 55 means how much you can go? Depends. See, that also depends. So 55 means only 60 allowed, not more than. So that way. So because you know the higher authority, you are maaf. You are released. So higher you contact. So to here, now Krishna gives the hierarchy of the higher. Let us see. 42. Indriyani paranyahuhu. Indriyebhyah param manah. Manasastu para buddhihi. Yo buddhe paratastu saha. See the higher, the hierarchy. Hierarchy of the higher. Indriyani, sense organs. Parani, they are great. Higher. Higher than what? Indriyartha, sense objects. The sense organs are greater, subtler than sense objects. That way also you can say. Or just you can say sense organs are great. Indriyani parani. Ahuhu means they say. Who says? What is that called? MC, what is that called? MC square, what is the? E is equal to MC square. They say. E, who says? Restaurant delivery person told me E is equal to MC square. They also may know it, isn't it? But rickshawala told me. Can't be. Taxi driver told me. Scientists. So to hear the rishis, the great seers, the saints, they say, all the teachers, what they say? Sense organs are greater than sense objects. Right? Then, Indriyani paranyahu. Indriyebhya. Then, greater than the sense organs? Param manaha. Mind is greater than the sense organs. Then, Manasastu para buddhihi. Greater than the mind is intellect. And buddhe para, greater than that, saha. Greater than the intellect is the divine life, the consciousness. Know this greater. So you approach the higher, the lower is automatically controlled. Isn't it? Imagine in your two brothers are there and you are the third one. Youngest one. Two older brothers. If you have your dad in your pocket, you are the third one, but you have dad in your pocket. You can control the older two brothers. Bring me that, bring me this. They say, why should we? Should I tell dad? And dad blindly listens to them. But he will manipulate also. He knows what to tell. And I will tell you what all you did also. So everywhere he'll make the older brothers do every job. Clean my room, do my laundry. Youngest one, very smart guy. Supposing he knows his mom also is in his pocket, then his dad also he can dictate. Yo buddhe paratastu saha. Intellect if he is there, then these two he can control. He knows that. This also he can control. Isn't it? So you know this. Therefore Krishna is giving this hierarchy. Isn't it? Ame is so beautiful. So use this technique. If you want to conquer the senses, check the mind. This is in the story Ramayana. The 10-headed Ravana. How many heads? 10 heads. None of them working condition. In Tamil they say, Ravananukku 10 thalai, aanalum 10 thalai. Those are very famous dialogues. Ravananukku 10 thalai means Ravana has 10 heads. Aanalum 10 thalai. Still not enough. No brains. So 10-headed Ravana could not even touch Sita. Why? Why? Sita said no. No means not like our type of no. You want one more Puran Poli? No. That no means I want to know, can I get it? K-N-O-W, no. Not N-O, no. They say, no God, no peace. Isn't it? No God, no peace. N-O God, N-O peace. But no God, no peace. K-N-O-W God. Then K-N-O-W peace. Isn't it that way? So, if you know the higher, so if you are at the mind level, so Sita represents the mind. And Ravana, the 10-headed monster, is the 10 senses. Isn't it? If only literally 10 heads means a biological freak. So it's a caricature to indicate the 10 senses. If the mind says no, senses cannot seduce the mind. Impossible. Isn't it? If the mind goes after the senses, then the sense organs can do. So mind can easily, if the mind is controlled, senses cannot do their tricks. And now intellect also controlled. Even mind cannot go in the fancies, fantasizing. Cannot surf anywhere. Imagine when you are surfing for your homework, you surf and then you see one, and then from there you go there. You go there. Where you went, from where to where you went, you don't know. Luckily, there's a back button, you can come back. When we are giving talks also, sometimes we digress and we go off and we don't know where we came, from where I went and where. And I asked the audience said, we are in your class, Swamiji. This was the only entertaining thing I could hear. That digression was the only entertainment they heard. But where did I start? Aapko pata hoga. And Swamiji, anywhere you start, what does it matter? So that's why I know that anywhere I start. So if you want to control your senses, if your mind is in your hand, mind only leaks through the senses. Isn't it? If you are sitting in your room, isn't it? Does your ear go into the kitchen? Ear is right here. Mind leaks out. Even sometimes you may little bit bend also. Little bit only you are bending, but the mind is trying to leak. The mother-in-law, and if you want to listen to what the daughter-in-law is saying, isn't it? And daughter-in-law tells the other neighbor lady, "Mamiyar paam kaadu." Paam kaadu. Mamiyar means mother-in-law. Paam kaadu means my mother-in-law has snake ears. Snake ears means snake has no ears. But the snake can hear the vibration. The vibrations of the daughter-in-law, the mother-in-law can feel it. Isn't it? And whenever the mother-in-law wants to scold the daughter-in-law, she will scold her daughter. She will tell you, "You useless girl, useless. Where did you learn all this stuff?" And she'll tell. She'll tell, not you. Daughter-in-law knows everything. What? That all these insults are addressed to her, care of daughter. She knows. And daughter-in-law also is very smart. So servant lady, old servant lady, "You old hag, you only eat, don't work, sit." Mother-in-law knows. And she tells the servant lady. And the servant lady is very happy. Isn't it? Like this, it happens. So, be careful. Watch whether you can, if your mind intellect is in your hand, senses can do nothing. The whole Ramayana dramatizes that. So and if you went to the higher and identified and discovered your identity with it, I, what? No desires. Isn't it? No anger. I, what can you be angry upon? On whom can you be angry? As when you're I, all are you. There's no one other than I. But when you come down to I thought, from I thought there are other thoughts. So all of you are my other thoughts, and I am I thought. With I thought and other thoughts, then interaction. So I talk and he talk. Guna guneshu vartante, if you can understand that. But if I don't understand guna guneshu vartante, then what happens? I talk, he talk. Why you come center? मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, तुम बात कर रहे हैं. मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, तुम बात कर रहे हैं. आप क्यों बीच बीच में आते हैं? मैं और इन्हें बात कर रहे हैं. That's Hyderabad, I think. आप क्यों बीच में आते हैं? बीच बीच में. That's the use always two. So if you have to literally translate, I talking, he talking. Why you come center? So you come center and then gone. So now how to kill? Higher. So this is 43. Evam buddhe param buddhva samstabhyatmanamatmana jahi shatrum mahabaho kamarupam durasadam. Evam, thus, buddhehe param buddhva. Buddhva means jnatva. Jnatva means having known. Sakshat kritya. Sakshat, you have seen your own self. Sakshat means directly. But directly also we can't. Immediately is the best. Aparokshanubhuti. Aparokshanubhuti means? Anubhuti means experience. Aparokshanubhuti. So anubhuti, experience, you know. There are two kinds of anubhutis. Three. Third one we don't know, so two we know. Pratyaksha Anubhuti. Pratyaksha means directly in front of your senses, directly in front of your mind, directly in front of your intellect. That's called Pratyaksha. What I perceive, what I feel, what I think directly through my senses, mind and intellect. It's called Pratyaksha. Paroksha. Paroksha means somebody's senses saw. Senses senselessly or sensibly, I don't know. So somebody's senses perceived, somebody's mind felt, somebody's intellect thought of, and then I got the report of it. That's called para aksha. Para means other, aksha, eyes. Paroksha. So pratyaksha, direct. Paroksha, vicarious. Aparoksha. Aparoksha means not pratyaksha, not paroksha. That's how I can explain. That's called aparoksha. The best translation is immediate experience. Now when I say immediate experience, what do you understand? Immediate. See, without media. All our experiences till today is through the media of the senses, or through the media of the mind, or through the media of the intellect. Is it not? It's called mediate experiences. Immediate means not through the media of, see that immediate has that meaning, without the media. Without the media of the senses, without the media of the mind, without the media of the intellect. Experience of myself. To experience myself, I don't need my senses. To experience myself, I don't need the mind. To experience myself, I don't need the intellect also. It is me, myself, I am. It is because of me, my senses perceive. Because of me, my mind feels. Because of me, my intellect thinks. These are my equipment. This is a mechanism of life. That's why you should know this chart. How many times you should listen and reflect? How many times? 223 times I had told, remember? 223 times, and then start teaching others also. When you teach, it becomes what? Churning. Practice, I don't know, but at least you can very well, you remember, you will not forget. Teacher never forgets. And slowly, it will play through your perceptions, feelings also, and thoughts. It will happen. So, it is because of me, the senses perceive, the mind feels, the intellect thinks. These are my equipment. Like a telescope. Imagine through the telescope, when you're looking through the telescope, with the telescope you can see the entire galaxy, isn't it? And also your neighbor's apartment. You're not supposed to, isn't it? Suppose while you're looking through the telescope and suddenly you have a desire, I want to see myself through the telescope. What do? By turning the telescope, how can you see yourself? You are seeing through the telescope. Isn't it? So you are seeing through the BMI. To see you, to recognize you, to know you, you don't need the telescopic BMI. It is you. So, how to know, how to discover? Immediate it is said. But here is given samstabhya atmana atmanam. That's why healthy body, pure mind, brilliant intellect is needed for my spiritual quest. To reflect and contemplate and meditate, the purity of mind, the brilliancy of the intellect is needed. Without a pure mind and brilliant intellect, you cannot go. This is subtlest. Because it cannot be perceived, it cannot be felt, it cannot be thought of. That which is perceived, felt and thought of itself is difficult to understand. What to talk of that which cannot be perceived, felt, or thought of. Isn't it? So your intellect must be extremely subtle. Not sharp intellect, subtle intellect. There's a difference. You know? Sukshma buddhi, it's called. Not tikshna buddhi. Sharp axe, sharp knife, sharp razor. If it's a sharp axe, it's good for cutting the wood chopping. Can you use the axe to shave? With a big handle also. Shaving. You may shave off your head also. You don't use the axe to shave. You use razor. Isn't it? Subtle. Because subtle job. So to subtle intellect only can apprehend, not a gross intellect. There are so many very, very intelligent, but they can never think there is something higher, nobler, greater than the material. They don't accept the spiritual. With the power of the spirit only they can say that. I don't believe in life. Who is saying? Not the dead fellow. With the help of that, he is able to say, denying God with the help of God. What can God do, poor man? Isn't it? Still, God doesn't turn off his oxygen. You don't accept me, I turn off oxygen. Oxygen supply, turn off oxygen supply. Imagine if God can do that. That's why he says he's always compassionate, all loving. Even if the child says to mom, I hate you, mom. And what breakfast you'll have, my child? You want idli or dosa? Or I hate you, mom, again. Okay, doesn't matter. But which one? You like, along with idli, dosa, you want a hot chocolate? Imagine. That's a motherly God. That's what happens. So, immediately to know, immediately means without the media of the senses, without the media of the mind, without the media of the intellect, to know that. How? So, our Upanishads, they clearly declare that which cannot be perceived by the senses, the eyes cannot see it, but because of it, my eyes can see. Can you think in that direction? Eyes cannot see it, but because of it, my eyes can see. My ears cannot hear it, but because of it, my ears can hear. So to all the sense organs. So to the mind. My mind cannot feel it, but because of it, my mind can feel. So to the intellect. The intellect cannot think of it, but because of it, my intellect can think. Intellect is like a flashlight. With the flashlight, intellect has the beam of light, like a flashlight has a beam of light. So the intellect flashlight has a beam of intelligence. This beam of intelligence, wherever you focus on archaeology, you can get it. Biology, you can get it. Cardiology, you can get it. Dermatology, you can get it. Epistemology, you can get it. I'm giving alphabetically. F, footology. So you make it up. Any logy you focus this beam of intelligence, you can know it. Isn't it? A to Z logies. But supposing you get a doubt, what a brilliant beam of intelligence. What is the source of this beam of intelligence? This intellect has the beam of intelligence to know the world outside. What is the source of this beam of intelligence? If this doubt comes in your mind, like the flashlight, you look at the flashlight is having a beautiful beam of light, bright beam of light. You get a doubt. What is the source of this beam of light of that flashlight? What's the source? You know it's the battery. And you know, what battery is it? Is it Eve ready? Or is it ever ready? Or is it a Duracell? Or is it Amuk Amuk? Amuk Amuk means different. So what you want to know, what battery is it? So the beam of light, and you open the bottom of the flashlight, take out the battery, and want to see in the beam of light. When you take out the battery, you want to see what battery it is in the beam of light. There is no more the beam of light. It's because of the battery, the beam of light. Because of the divine life. Because of that light of consciousness. Conscious intellect can consciously think. Isn't it? So, evam buddhehe param buddhva. Isn't it? It's because of it my intellect can think. Because of it my mind can feel. Because of it my senses can perceive or perform. Buddhehe param buddhva sakshatkritya means you have to contemplate a lot. If I am fascinated by OET, how can I contemplate? Impossible. Therefore, relatively, you should have vairagya, viveka, vairagya, shama, dhamma, uparama, titiksha, shraddha, samadha. All these are prerequisites. Then only one can reach there. Isn't it? So evam buddhe param buddhva samstabhya atmanam atmana. Atmana atmanam samstabhya. Establishing in the self by the self. So this thinking is very unique. Generally you will be thinking of either objects or emotions or thoughts. But here is your attention is not on the objects. Your attention is on the very subject. The eyes, my eyes cannot see it. But my eyes are not seeing any form or color. My eyes are focused on what is that because of which my eyes are able to see the forms and colors. My attention is not on any form or color. I am looking at the form and color. But I am not seeing the form and color. I am looking at you, but not seeing you. I don't want to. Because looking at you, but my idea, I am seeing my ideas. Isn't it? Looking and seeing, hearing and listening. See that? So too, you are looking at the objects, but you are seeing the self. You are looking at the emotions, seeing the self. You are looking at the thoughts, but seeing the self. Thus, Atmana Atmanam Samstabhya. This much only is the effort we have to put forth. More than this, our effort is no need. So when we move into that what is that called? Magnetic force, magnetic field of the self, then what will happen? He will suck you in. Like sleep. Nobody can fall asleep. Nobody can enter sleep. Walk into sleep. You cannot. You have to invoke the sleep. A stage comes, you know it is coming. You know it is coming. Isn't it? Varada. How intimations are given. All the Gandamirgam and all, mouth opens like hippopotamus and all that. You know that sleep is coming. And then what happens? You go and lie down. And then still then, wanting only sleep. As long as you are wanting only sleep, still you have not slept. Then, at one moment, sound sleep. That's called sound. With the sound, you sleep. That's what. So it happens. But effort is only to turn the attention there and stay. Samstabhya. Then you get to discover. Buddhva, it happens. So, evam buddhe param buddhva samstabhya atmana atmanam. Jahi shatrum mahabaho. Once you are there, none of these can, easily you can destroy these. So you're so beyond. You can throw from high level all bombs. Nothing can touch you. You can destroy them. Jahi Shatrum Mahabaho, Mahabaho, oh mighty armed soldier. Now and then the teacher has to pat the student. This is only third chapter. Yes, teacher has to pat the student. Mahabaho, oh mighty armed soldier. Whenever you pat, like teachers, every teacher should know that. Or even parent also. Parent should tell the son, you are so smart. You are so smart like your dad. So smart like your dad. And the mother has her own private opinion about dad's intelligence. But just to pep up the son is, you're so intelligent like dad. That fellow, 2.5 inches comes out. When you expand, extra knowledge can be put in. That's what the teacher now and then has to praise. So Arjuna expanded. Hey Mahabaho, Jahi Shatrum Mahabaho. Which Shatru? Kamarupam. Kamarupam of the form of Kama, desire, aka anger. And Krishna says, Kama Rupam Durasadam. Durasadam means very difficult to conquer. It's not easy to conquer Kama. Narada story you all know, isn't it? How he got carried away. You all know the story, isn't it? Narada story. Remember that. Kama Rupam Durasadam. Very difficult to conquer. Even Lord Rama also, he had to shoot whom? One mother told me, Swamiji, my children are like Ramayana brothers. Ramayana brothers, wonderful. But you don't even come to Bala Vihar, still they're Ramayana brothers. Yes, Swamiji, Ramayana brothers. Who? Bali, Sugriva. Ramayana brothers, they are. Now what? Oh, then I understood. Oh, naturally, because you don't come to Bala Vihar, naturally it will be like that, Bali, Sugriva. That's why I came to you, Swamiji, how to register them into Bala Vihar. First you register in summer camp. I will look at the Bali, Sugriva. Isn't it? So how did Rama has to shoot Bali? Behind a tree. So you start thinking, hey, Rama is such a hero. Why should he stand behind a tree and then shoot? It is a subjective science, a subjective secret, a mystery is hidden there. Bali, the story goes, Bali had a necklace. Vali or Bali, same. So he had a necklace. When he is wearing that necklace, whomsoever he looks, half the strength of the fellow comes to him. Half the strength of the opponent comes to him. Vali is already strong. Already strong. And when he looks at the opponent, half the strength comes to him. So 1.5 times. And that fellow will be very weakling. By Hath Ka Khel. Easily defeat. So nobody could beat up Bali. Isn't it? Because imagine you are a tennis player and you look at the opposite player. Half his strength, you look at Djokovic. Half his strength comes to you. You are also a good player of tennis. Very good player. And you look at half his strength comes to you. Then what will happen? You can make him run left and right, left and right, left and right, and then collapse. Isn't it? Like that Bali used to beat up everybody. So Rama had to hide behind the tree and shoot him down. Meaning, whenever you have a desire which you are not able to call, obsession over a desire, obsession over something or being, like a drunkard cannot stop drinking. What should he do? Sitting in the bar, can he say, I will not drink, I will not drink, I will not drink. How many times? After the 8th time, Sashtanga Namaskar he will do to the drink. He will fall for it. If you want to quit drinking, you should be, what is that what they say, that you should not come between 5, cops give a, what is that term called? Restraining. You should not go even anywhere 10 miles anywhere near the bar. 10 miles. Face to face you cannot conquer your desire. Duck behind. Then shoot. Shoot. That's how you can become a teetotaler. So desire you can conquer not directly. You have to hide. Hide behind. Don't expose yourself till you realize. If you have realized, no problem. But in the beginning, when you are trying to conquer your desire, don't go face to face with your desirable objects. Don't prove yourself. So this is Durasadam, very difficult to conquer. This is Duryodhana. Dukkhena Yodhum Shakya, very difficult to fight him. Because Duryodhana represents the greed. Is it easy to fight your greed? Even my own greed, you try to fight my greed. Then ask Swamiji for Guru Dakshina, $108, is it enough? Is it possible if you can give more? Can you add one more zero in between? I don't mind. Oh, one more. Swamiji, if I add one more zero also, it's okay? Can you satisfy my greed? I challenge. Impossible. Isn't it? Because we have 10 million loan. 10 million and you are using it. Isn't it? So you only have to, I can't go and ask people who are not using. On the roadside I go and stand, give me. They say, who are you? Those who are using it only must Contribute for it. So, dukkena asadaniyam is durasadam. And also durvigneyam. Durvigneyam is very difficult to know. Which desire can topple me? Which object can topple me? I don't know. Durvigneyam, durasadam, difficult to conquer. Therefore, be careful. So, hey Arjuna, hey Mahabaho, evam buddhe param buddhva jahi shatrum. This is a shatru. Shatru means the shatru, one who tortures you, is called shatru. वो तंग करता है. So this in Hindi. जो तंग करने वाला है वो शत्रु है. तंग means, what is तंग करने वाला? सताता है. जो सताता है वो शत्रु है. सताता means one who tortures you, troubles you, is called shatru. So this kama yesha, krodha yesha is a shatru, an enemy. So jahi means destroy. Don't show any compassion, no kindness for this sabbateer. He is a sabbateer. He will destroy your jnana vijnanam. So moment you detect, destroy. Shoot to kill. That is the Krishna's orders. So destroy your selfish desires. So sans selfishness and fear, march towards the light of your goal. Success chases you, follows you faithfully like your shadow. Thus we complete the third chapter. Happa. Done. I thought 15 minutes early also, so that we have enough time, so that